Now, some protest organizers are dismissing Mayor de Blasio's request for a timeout until after the murdered officers are laid to rest. CBS 2's Tony Aiello continues our coverage. He's live in Midtown, where a protest is planned for tonight. Tony?
Christine, at the corner of 59th Street and 5th Avenue, where there is extra security at the Apple store behind me in case the protesters who are gathering across the way at Grand Army Plaza decide to try to enter the store. The NYPD expecting about 150 protesters or so for an event promoted on social media as Shut Down 5th Avenue. The organizers obviously ignoring a request for a respectful pause in such activity. Earlier, we spoke with other protest organizers planning an even bigger rally for Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Protest organizers spoke in front of flags flying at half-staff with words of sorrow for the slain patrolmen, but a harsh rejection of the mayor's call for a moratorium on protests.
There's been no moratorium on the police murdering our people.
You got no right to tell us when, how, and whether we can protest.
It is a challenge from the far left for Mayor de Blasio. De Blasio faces the biggest challenge of his first year as mayor, according to political scientist Doug Musio.
I think he's got a meaningful feeling of hurt for the city, communities, and the cops, but his intemperate remarks often undermine it. His attack on the media, for example.
What are you guys going to do? Are you going to keep dividing us?
Monday, the mayor briefly dropped his dignified demeanor after I asked about the ugly chants heard at protest after protest. De Blasio insists the media is cherry-picking ugly elements to drive conflict.
The few who want conflict attempt that, and unfortunately, so many times you guys enable that.
But the hateful language directed at cops has been heard at even some of the most peaceful of the protests, raising the question, is the mayor out of touch with what's happening on the streets?
If those are the facts, he's unaware of the facts on the ground, and that's dangerous.
I asked protest organizers if chants comparing the NYPD to the KKK will continue.
My question would be, what is it about those chants that's not true?
Yesterday, the mayor called those chants hurtful, hateful, and immoral. But those protesters I talked to today say they plan to continue to chant things such as, how do you spell racist, NYPD? And if the past is any indication, the police who are supervising the protests will remain stoic in the face of these insults being hurled at them. Reporting live in Midtown, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
All right, Tony.